two each time, and the conversion rates in reality will be slightly different. It's just a simple example. If you send an example, you send an email to 10 people, in that example there are 2 people that end up registering. So that, if you're doing a lecture chat to kind of 500 people, if the conversion rate is X all the way time, if your message is consistent, you've got like the good message, you understand the brand you're on, you're selling to in the best way you can, and your conversion, the number of people that you talk to, it's only going to help you talk to more people. So we know that things like it's the big department email, it's the lecture chat, that kind of work the best. And the emails, it's always on both lists. Like we know that works. It's online and it's going to lots of people at the same time. And what other societies are out there that have lots of people visiting their website? Could the Students' Union that's got lots of people, do lots of people visit your Student Union website? I know I've probably never looked at my Student Union website. I have nothing useful on it. But maybe yours may do. And it's about you guys kind of understanding your local reality and what's there and what forums people use, or kind of what societies people are engaged with, and you understand where you're at and kind of how many people are in the Students' Union and how many people are going to see that screen that's got this PowerPoint playing every time you're advertising things. You guys kind of know what opportunities exist on your campus, or at least one of the first tasks is to do some market research and find out kind of what opportunities exist on your campus. And it's looking in particular for stuff that's online, the stuff that's going to go to kind of big numbers. Do they make sense? Do they any questions on those two things? Cool. Hopefully they seem kind of fairly straightforward, but we know they work. Cool. So, how are we doing for time? 10. Good. Cool. So, Chartered Institute Marketing. Let's see if there's nice. Cool. Is everyone doing okay? Anyone need a loo break or drink or anything? You're doing okay? Excellent. We'll crack straight on into this then. So the Chartered Institute Marketing have kind of partnered with the programme for a number of years, and it's kind of really exciting to have them on board. They kind of offer kind of a lot of value to the campaign, and obviously for all successful brand managers, there's this certificate, this award at the end of it. Kind of briefly, kind of who are the Chartered Institute? They're the world's largest organisation for professional marketeers. So if any of you are interested in marketing, it's worth kind of having a look and checking them out. They play a key role in training, developing, and representing kind of our profession as people who are working in marketing. They've got 3 key things that they're all about. It's like belonging to this network, like they're a network you can join. It's about developing people, like they try and set the standards for the industry, and in particular it's like working towards like this chartered marketeer status. It's like the highest status you can gain kind of in the marketing world. And then like learning, so they offer kind of a number of kind of qualifications and training, from kind of short courses to kind of professional qualifications. Most of which I believe there's a charge to do their courses. So specifically, they kind of have this career development award, and that's kind of what we're talking about. And it's for basically we've designed this campaign. Hopefully, you can see a lot of correlation in a minute between kind of the way we try and structure the campaign and kind of the structure of the awards. Kind of we work kind of very closely with them to make sure that on successful completion of the campaign, you should all be eligible for this award. Yeah.
What does successful completion mean?
So we'll kind of come on to that specifically, but there's no like exam to sit. There's no.
It's not like
is it literally 5,000 people?
Like you have to.
No, it's not like it's not about kind of signing up kind of a certain number of people. It's about kind of completing the campaign, like being at the conference in February, and kind of not dropping out, not kind of phoning up, so I'll do this anymore. It's like in that case you wouldn't get the award. I'm going to come on in terms of like what the requirements are, what you need to do. Cool. So the award's given to students successfully completing a career development award portfolio whilst working for a Chartered Institute Marketing approved brand. So studentbeats.com scheme has been approved, and thankfully they like to tell people that we're a great brand to have in the CV. There's no cost to doing this award, it's just your time. There are lots of other kind of awards like this, but there are kind of charges for them. So kind of what's in it for you? Kind of why should you do this? It's formal recognition of your marketing work from the leading professional body for marketeers. Enhances your CV, improve your employment prospects. Like I know James was talking about, we want this to be kind of a great experience for you guys to finish. And I know a lot of you are going into your final years, and when it comes to it, at the end of the day, it's about getting a job. And this is something that's really good to kind of have in your CV that kind of will help you do that. To be able to put your Chartered Institute Marketing on your CV, like anyone that's any serious company that you apply to that kind of in a marketing role or something similar, they'll know who that is, and that means something to have on the CV. So you put together a portfolio of your work, and this is something great that you can kind of use in interviews and kind of elsewhere to demonstrate your experience. And it's a really kind of structured way to document and record your activities. Kind of builds confidence, as in it's low stress, no exams. It's really not very complicated. It's just about kind of doing the campaign and kind of making a note of what you do really. So how exactly does it work? So in terms of the portfolio, you can put this portfolio together at the end of the year. It's not something you need to worry about now. We'll kind of cover it in a lot more detail kind of at the February conference. It's about kind of putting together some notes around kind of everything that you've done. There are kind of 8 kind of project areas that they define. They'll look very familiar when they come up. And they want you to kind of do at least 5 of them. There are kind of 2 kind of grades that you can get. You can like pass it, or you can get kind of like highly commended, which is like getting a distinction. For kind of the highly commended, like higher grade, doing kind of more than 5 and having lots of kind of evidence, which I'll come on to, is what kind of gets you the high grade. Yeah.
So I was just wondering what percentage got the distinction at the end generally, like last year for instance, and then
Sure.
how many got the
So,
credit, how many missed
Yeah,
out?
so the Chartered Institute have actually, like, they love partnering with us and they really like our campaign. And in particular, they're always amazed at how many of our portfolios kind of get the highly commended kind of status. They kind of got a very good portfolios and much better than some of the others that they can get from elsewhere. And it's because we work closely with them and we structure the campaign kind of around their requirements. And we do things like this conference, which lots of other brand match campaigns that don't do things like this. In terms of the exact percentage, I can't remember exactly. I know that most of them got the highly commended one. So it's kind of 8 project areas. You need to do kind of at least 5 for the award, but you can do more, and they like that. Then there's a kind of final reflective statement. This is kind of like really important because they want to kind of see like what you've learned, and perhaps kind of so when you kind of started off, you thought, okay, I'm going to go and do this. This is my idea. This is how I'm going to do it, and maybe it worked really well, or maybe it kind of flopped completely. And in a way, like in terms of like the title, you have to hit. It's almost like not necessarily about, you know, for the award, it's not necessarily about whether kind of it worked or not, but it's saying, you know, this was my idea. This is what I did. This is how it turned out. And if I was to do it again, this is how I do it differently. And it's showing that it worked well, so I'll focus on those bits that worked well, and these bits didn't work well, so I'll stop them. And it's about being able to kind of analyse something, like recognise that, and then kind of take it forward. So it's just showing that you kind of reflected and you can see kind of how things work. Then other evidence, this is basically, you know, photos, this is videos, and hopefully like fun things, you know, the really easy bit of this all. And again, that they can really like kind of lots of evidence, kind of see what you've been up to. And again, like the competitions that we structure around like gathering this evidence, so you're like, it's almost kind of built into the campaign. So that in terms of the competition, like getting a photo of all those beans in stickers in windows is like something I'd love to see. So we put this portfolio together. Again, it's like at the end of the year, it's no kind of big task. They're kind of quite brief templates to fill out. You can send that in to me. Once kind of it's all complete, I can send it off to the guys at the Chartered Institute. They then feedback to me kind of, yes, this is passed. This is the certificate. This is kind of the grades. And I kind of pass that back on to you guys. So kind of they're like all kind of work. So they just have one point of contact, which is me, as opposed to kind of lots all around the country. Cool. So then that's what the actual certificate looks like when you get it, which is quite nice. Nice little crest of arms at the bottom, coat of arms. And then the 8 project areas hopefully look kind of familiar. So kind of market research activity, awareness building, promotion activity, PR activity, building relationships, event management, idea generation, identifying target audiences. So again, there is some information in your handbooks kind of about this award. And again, you'll get this